So we are back again with another race with the Dirt Race Central Street Stock Tour, and this is a 2-day special at the I-94 EMR Speedway, located in Fergus Falls, Minnesota. Now we race locally and weekly here at the I-94 EMR Speedway, so I feel like our chances are pretty good at least making the features for both nights, and that's kind of our, I don't want to say that's our goal, because I would really kind of want to finish in the top 15, top 10, but we were expecting around 40 cars, and we got about 40 each night, so 40 street stocks. They're taking 24 to the or 26 to the A main, and that's our goal for tonight. Now we go in the gate. We drew a 40, and it's out of 75. So we weren't real happy with that, but it ended up being all right, as we ended up starting fourth in our heat, and we had to stay in the top four if we wanted to make it to the feature, and we were able to do that. Top two, you had to get in the top two for redraw. That was your chance to start in the top 10. And that was obviously we wanted to get there, but top four was mainly our goal. Now we started fourth in heat 5. Yes, there was 5 heats of us, and we were able to drive up into third pretty early in the race. And I made a couple mistakes early on that, like, I was just trying to run the bottom in 3 and 4 because I feel like I was getting an alright runner hanging with them. And one time I entered a little too hard and I got a little sideways, about spun out. I saved it, but one car got by me, and this is just where unfortunate timing comes in, because then the next corner, the leaders got together and one spun out, caution came out, I didn't get to pick my line. So it's just unfortunate how that happened. But anyways, it's whatever, and we still had a shot to make the A main. So we were restarting third, I got stuck on the bottom, I made it through 1 and 2 alright, and then just started entering on the top and running the top like everybody else was. Now, I think that we were one of the fastest cars, if not the fastest car on the racetrack at the time. And I don't know, I feel like I could get a better run than others could off the corner, and I could also enter harder. So that made me feel like I had a shot. I just made a couple mistakes at wrong times, put us too far back, and then the last lap came out, and entering 3 and 4, the second place car dove to the inside to try and take the lead, and I thought I was going to have a runner on the top. Got a runner on the top, he slid up, I was going to duck underneath him, but his tranny blew, so I ended up just hitting him in the bumper, so that was unfortunate for us and unfortunate for him. But he was able to get that changed, and we moved on to the feature. Now, we didn't really change anything from heat to feature because the car was very, very good, and anytime you can compete with cars that are in the tour, that are leading heat races, you're doing something alright. So we just decided to leave it, and we did that, and went out for the A main. We started 15th, and it was a battle for the first couple laps. Entering 1 and 2, car in front of me spun out. I made contact with him, and there was like 4 of us that ended up spinning out there. Got my spot back, and then I was dead set about running the bottom this night because it was kind of rough and choppy around the top. So I was kind of just, okay, we're gonna run the bottom. And then that restart came out, so I got back to the bottom because I had to restart on the outside. And then it was just like, run around the bottom, but cars were passing me on the top. So I was starting to get frustrated at that. So then the next caution came out, and I was restarting on the top this time. So I just stood up on the top and stayed up there and started ripping it. And it was really muddy in 3 and 4, and entering 1 and 2, there was grip there too. But exiting 2, it was really slick. So that kind of threw a little curveball in for us to try and deal with. I made most of my moves in 3 and 4, and caution came out. We were still doing it, and I think I made it up to 6th place after starting 15th, and every single car in this feature is super, super good. So super happy that we were able to do that, and that was giving me a lot of confidence. It means I was out of my comfort zone too with running the top. And then the caution came out, and I was in 7th, I believe, and I was just running the top, past, I think, one more car, and then I started falling back ways. I think 3 cars got by me, and then I just missed my mark, and I spun out in 3 and 4, and like I was saying before, super unfortunate that happened, but you're just going to have to look at what happened before that, and that's what you got to gauge yourself off of. And my tires, I think, were part of that. I kind of used them up pretty early and didn't really keep them warm under caution, and that was just something I guess I had to learn the hard way. My tires got hot, and when they get hot, and then when they end up cooling back off again, they seal over and they're not as good as they were before. And I think obviously part of that was still my issue. I'm not blaming spinning out 100% on the tires. That was part of it, but a lot of it was where I was still running and my lane choice just wasn't perfect. So just take mental note of that for next time and try and move on. But ended up finishing 18th, so just 3 spots back from where we started. Still, it was a good night just based on what we did before I spun out, so I'm not going to complain with that. But that's going to end today's video. Thanks for watching. We have another video coming out about the next night of the Street Stock Tour in Fergus, so we're going to get to that. And thanks for watching. A boom, boom, boom. I'll close the lights.